Of the many golf courses in the Canterbury region, Harewood Golf Club is distinctive for its twin courses. The 36 holes will soon become just 27. But as General Manager Rod Latham explains, it's an exciting part of the club's evolving history.
Well, the club's been going since 1923. We had a bit of a hiatus in the World Wars, and the course was closed, or the club was closed, and then we resumed again in 1957. Currently we've got two 18-hole courses, soon to go down to an 18-hole course and a 9-hole course. Well, the Woodlands Course has got a lot of trees. In the reconstruction, we've taken out 540 trees, but it still has a lot of trees, and hence the name the Woodlands. And our Plains course is essentially that. There's a lot less trees on it. The trees are a lot lower because of the airport and the runways, and it's wide open spaces, so a lot easier to play than the Woodlands course.
The redevelopment was undertaken by Greg Turner and Scott McPherson, and the new Woodlands Course was officially opened with Turner and Harewood's pro Mike Gainsford firing off a ceremonial tee shot.
Redevelopment came about by the fact that the airport required some extra room for their safety runoff area on the northwest runway, which was going to encroach into the golf club. And so our board decided that we would look to sell the land of the Plains course, and hence we were able to negotiate a pretty reasonable deal from the airport, and as a result we've managed to get some money together and redevelop the Woodlands course.
Well, Harewood Golf Club's been a fantastic project to be involved in. It's an older Christchurch course, but probably not regarded historically that highly. When you look around now, this has always been a tree-lined course, and we took out hundreds of trees, but it's still very much a treed environment. What we've allowed is a lot more air in, a lot more light in, and that's really helped the turf quality. What we've tried to do is build on the natural forms. Christchurch is a pretty flat place, in spite of what's happened over the last year or two. Pretty flat place, but so you've got to introduce a little more form, but I think we've been able to do that really well. This now, for me, is without doubt probably the most fun golf course here in Christchurch, possibly the best, and it wasn't before. So it's been great to be involved in such a transformative experience.
Harewood has a history of transformation, with even the clubhouse constantly on the move.
I guess one of the interesting things about the golf club is when it was first opened, we had a little shack that was the clubhouse, I suppose, way in the far corner of the Woodlands course. It moved after that into by the first tee of the old design, and now we have a much bigger club rooms on its current site. So the club rooms has moved 3 times over the last sort of 80, 90 years.
So to the new Woodlands layout, not only is it tree-lined, but also distinctive for its undulations and swales, as we find out early on.
The second hole is a really interesting hole. It's a drivable par 4, 248 metres off the white tees. A risk and reward type of hole that has a greenside bunker to the right front, and quite a long, elongated green, so from front to back, quite narrow, but long and rising as well from front to back. It has lots of undulations on the green and sloping from the left to right as you look at it, so you need to be high on the left-hand side if the pin's on the right-hand side of the green.
Rod Latham is better known for his exploits with cricket bat and rugby ball, but the next hole presents a chance to show off his iron play.
Well, here we are on the third hole, a par 3, 143 metres, into the wind today. A unique hole because it's brand new to the course. Difficult green because it's got 2 tiers, got a hump in the middle, and today, because it's into the wind, we'll be using a 4 iron. Normally a 6 to 7 iron. Let's give it a shot. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go and see if we can knock in the birdie. Well, that's not too bad. That's the closest I've been for a wee while. Let's see if we can knock this in, eh? Brilliant. Now let's check out some of the other changes that Greg's made to the course.
Now, obviously we had a lot of existing corridors to work with, but we didn't do so in the same way that they had before all the time. We played quite a number of them in opposite directions than were before. This is a really good example here of what was a 90-degree dogleg par 4. Really didn't work. It was dangerous and it wasn't a great hole. We've turned it into 2 different par 3s, not playing back to back. This is the 6th. This is the 13th over here. So 2 par 3s in the same corridor, but played very separately in the course. And that's really helped with the flow of play and with the way the movement is around the golf course.
As we make the turn, more changes to the Woodlands course are evident.
First hole we play is number 10, 359 metre par 4 off the whites. A tricky hole in the sense that you have to have the placement of your drive in the right spot. It's a slight dogleg right and lots of large swales to the right of the green and a bunker on the left. The green's probably one of our bigger greens on the course. A nice wide, long green and runs from back to front as far as the slope goes.
The 18th shows one of the most significant alterations of Harewood's redevelopment.
An interesting final hole, 478 metre par 5, was a par 3 and a par 4. Greg Turner has changed it into a par 5 finishing hole. Accuracy off the drive is important, and then you're faced with 2 offset bunkers for your second shot. Do you take the bunkers on, or do you lay up and have a wedge, easy wedge to the green? The green itself is short front to back, but quite long side to side, and it has a tear in the green, which is a really interesting tear if the pin's up on the top left.
2 years in the making, the redevelopment of Harewood's Woodlands course has not only won over the members, but seems sure to impress visitors old and new.
Oh look, I think they'll be excited by what they see and what they play on. Greg and Scott McPherson have done a fantastic job in redesigning the course as it is now. Our members are certainly very, very happy with the layout, and I think people that play here will be very excited by the prospect of what they see.
Overwhelmingly, the response has been positive. I was looking forward to playing today, and I don't look forward to playing very often these days. And it was fun, just great fun. And anytime you're involved in a project where the club's delighted and you're delighted, then it's got to be a good project.